Live, local, late breaking. WVTM 13 News at 11 starts now.
Well, thanks so much for watching WVTM 13 News at midday. I'm Sarah Killian. We turn now to some breaking news out of Jackson County, where Aaliyah officials tell us that they have recovered the body of a missing duck hunter. Officials say that missing person, identified as 22-year-old Brooke Hardy, was located and recovered near the Goose Pond Colony Resort on Lake Guntersville at 3:30 this morning. They say the Georgia resident was hunting near the resort Saturday morning when his kayak overturned, sending him into the water. Crews started the search over the weekend. There are no further updates available as that investigation continues. Also breaking this midday, former Associate Justice Sandra Day O'Connor will be lying in repose today at the Supreme Court in the Great Hall so that the public can pay their respects ahead of a funeral service tomorrow at the Washington National Cathedral. O'Connor, who was the first woman to sit on the Supreme Court, died in Phoenix, Arizona, December 1st at the age of 93. The court says that she passed due to complications related to advanced dementia and a respiratory illness. You can also see that service streaming live on the WVTM 13 Facebook page and app. That app is free to download on your mobile device. And even more breaking news this midday. Pope Francis formally allowing Roman Catholic priests to bless same-sex couples in a significant shift in Vatican doctrine. The blessings may be carried out providing that they are not part of a regular church ritual or liturgies, nor at the same time as a civil union, according to a Vatican document approved by the Pope. Well, we still have a lot more news to get to this midday, but first we want to get a check on your forecast with meteorologist Briley Brown. Briley, kind of cold out there this morning, but you're saying colder temperatures are on the way.
Much colder tomorrow morning, Sarah, so if you thought this morning was cold, just you wait. We've warmed up though, 50 degrees, 54 in Tuscaloosa. We've got 50s elsewhere and a beautiful blue sky above. The clouds from this morning have mostly cleared as a northwest wind pulls some colder and much drier air this way. You can see the northwest wind here. System that pushed through the Gulf is obviously off to the north and east, moving away from us. We'll see high pressure build in as early as tomorrow and through much of the week. But first, one more front moving through this afternoon. And this one, of course, doesn't bring us any rain, but it does bring some Arctic air behind it that will settle into the state tonight, and it will be extremely cold heading into Tuesday morning, even Wednesday morning. Talking feels like temperatures in the teens for many places. I'll show you that coming up. Sarah.
All right, thanks so much, Briley. Well, Jefferson County deputies investigating a shooting in Center Point that left one man dead. The identity of that victim has now been released. Deputies responded to a business that is on Center Point Parkway after they received reports of a person threatening to shoot customers in the parking lot. Before they arrived, they believe one person shot 26-year-old Crystal Hereford and left. He was pronounced dead at the scene. No one has been arrested so far. Birmingham police, they are investigating multiple homicides from this weekend. There were 3 homicides in Birmingham on Saturday alone. WVTM 13's Emma Owen explains how this all comes at a time when violence is on the rise in Birmingham.
That's right. According to the Birmingham Police Department's recent crime stats, total violence is up slightly compared to this time last year, the city's East Precinct seeing the highest increase in total violent crimes. Saturday, though, homicides happened in the city's west and south side areas, with separate shootings leaving 3 people dead. The first happened early Saturday morning in the city's Lakeview district. Police say 2 men were shot after an argument with a separate group of men turned violent and shots were exchanged. One of the victims died, the coroner identifying him as Antonio Benson. The other victim was taken to the hospital. So far, no one's been arrested. Then hours later, around lunchtime, a restaurant owner is accused of shooting a customer following an argument that became physical. This happened on 12th Street South. The coroner says customer Ricardo Garcia died, and police say the suspect was taken into custody after the shooting. As we mentioned earlier, the victim killed on Princeton Avenue Southwest has been identified. However, police are still looking for answers in this case. They ask anyone with information to come forward. In Birmingham, Emma Owen, WVTM 13.
Thanks so much, Emma. Well, the person identified in the Princeton Avenue Southwest homicide has been confirmed as 31-year-old Willie Henderson. Candidates vying to be the next president are staying busy this weekend. That's as we are just weeks away from the first caucus in Iowa. Former President Donald Trump campaigned in Reno yesterday, speaking to a crowd of about 3,000. The president expressing confidence that he will win the state in February and go on to win the presidential election in November. Trump's visit to Nevada comes after stops this week in Iowa and New Hampshire. And Florida Governor Ron DeSantis also making a campaign stop yesterday. DeSantis spoke at Smoke Row Coffee in Okaloosa, Iowa, making note that he has already visited all 99 counties in the state. Other candidates campaigned in Iowa earlier in the weekend. Well, new at midday, Southwest Airlines has agreed to pay a record $140 million settlement. This comes after a federal investigation into the company's meltdown last year when it canceled thousands of flights and stranded more than 2 million travelers over the holidays. The chaos began when blizzard-like conditions hit several cities across the nation, leading to a domino effect of canceled flights and crews rescheduling problems. Southwest will pay a $35 million fine as part of that $140 million agreement. Most of the settlement will go towards compensating future passengers. CIA Director William Burns is meeting with Israeli and Qatar officials in the Polish capital Warsaw today to discuss the hostage situation and a humanitarian pause. Meanwhile, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin touched down in Tel Aviv today to meet with Israeli officials. NBC's Hala Gorani reports from Tel Aviv.
A source is confirming to NBC News that there are talks taking place in Warsaw with the heads of Mossad, the CIA, and the Qatari Prime Minister with the aim of restarting negotiations for an eventual humanitarian pause. This would allow for the release of more hostages. That is certainly the hope. And it would allow as well for more humanitarian to go in. This would mirror the humanitarian pause that took place a few weeks ago, and that gave an opportunity for Palestinians to regroup, for people to get more aid into the territory, and that led to the release of several dozen hostages in Hamas captivity. This is all happening as the U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin is on a Middle East tour. He is currently in Israel, scheduled to meet with the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his counterpart in this country, Yoav Gallant. The Secretary of Defense there reiterating the message coming from the U.S. that has been laid out by the President Joe Biden, to asking Israel to scale back its assault on the Gaza Strip and to lower the humanitarian toll on the territory. Hala Gorani, NBC News, Tel Aviv.
Well, according to the American Psychiatric Association, nearly 5% of Americans nationwide experience seasonal affective disorder, more commonly known as seasonal depression. Those feelings can oftentimes be amplified during the holiday season, especially for those coping with the loss of a loved one. But there is help right here in Central Alabama. Just in the last week alone, families across Birmingham and Jefferson County have lost loved ones to gun violence, leaving loved ones to grieve this holiday season. Peter Jackson is leader and facilitator of Grief Share at Faith Church on Valleydale Road. Grief Share is a grief recovery support group with specially trained team members dedicated to guiding others through their darkest moments.
It works well. I became familiar with it about 10 years ago when I lost my late wife from a sudden and massive stroke, and thought that if I had the opportunity to give back here in Birmingham the things that I learned that helped me get through my grief, I'd take advantage of that opportunity.
Well, the new Grief Share semester begins on February 1st at Faith Church, and we have a number for you. It's right there on your screen. You can call that for more information. Well, holiday travel is heating up as long lines begin to fill the nation's airports. AAA projects 115.2 million travelers will head 50 miles or more from home over the 10-day year-end holiday travel period. This year's total number of domestic travelers is a 2% increase over last year, and the second highest year-end travel forecast since 2000. 2019 remains the busiest Christmas and New Year's travel period on record, with 119 million travelers. And with holiday travel ramping up, Aaliyah is sharing tips on how to stay safe on the road. They call it 12 Days of Safety. So far this year, Alabama has seen more than 4,000 traffic crashes, claiming the lives of 154 people. Before you head out, Aaliyah recommends thoroughly inspecting your car. Check your tires, antifreeze level, and oil. Also, watch your speed. As a reminder, if you do need help on the roadway, don't hesitate to call 911. Well, to help residents stay warm this week, the city of Birmingham will once again partner with the Jimmy Hill Mission to open a warming station on 2nd Avenue North. Now, that starts tonight at 6 o'clock until 7 tomorrow morning. They will also open Tuesday and Wednesday night at the same time. Food and transportation will be provided for those wanting a place to stay. You can be picked up at any of those locations you see on their screen. They will pick you up and take you to the warming station from there. Birmingham police asking for your help finding a carjacking suspect. Now, they released this photo you see right here in hopes that someone may recognize this man. Investigators believe that he held someone at gunpoint and stole their car in Woodlawn Wednesday afternoon. If you have any information, call police. And 2 people are dead after a crash in Calhoun County over the weekend. Aaliyah says Anthony and Kimberly Finley were driving on I-20 near Alabama Highway 281 when their car was hit by another car driven by Dustin Kleckler. After the Finley's car left the road and hit several trees, both were pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators are now trying to figure out what caused this crash. Well, WVTM 13 Project Community is highlighting barrier-breaking women. A Birmingham native is carving out a niche for herself in the digital media. Cindy Martin took an unusual path to creating a platform highlighting the best of Alabama's largest metro areas. She founded BHAM Now 7 years ago. We caught up with her at the Rail District in the headquarters for BHAM Now. After several years of working for large corporations, Martin says that she caught the tech bug while living in New Jersey and started looking for opportunities in digital media.
I found some inspiration in other parts of the country where there had been a new media founded really focused on the positive energy of the area. And I didn't see anything like that in Birmingham. A lot of what we're doing is creative media. So it's got a technology base, it has a business base, it has an art and creative base.
Now, Martin has a staff of about 25 people in Birmingham. She also runs Bama Buzz and the Hville Blast. Well, still ahead here on WVTM 13, a deal on immigration is looking less likely this year as negotiations drag on in Washington, D.C. Plus, our top national stories that are making headlines this week. As we head to break, we'll leave you with this beautiful shot of downtown Birmingham. Blue skies over the Magic City, 50 degrees. Colder weather is on the way. We'll also get a check on your forecast on the other side of the break.